Welcome back. In this video we'll be talking about the 5 different mechanisms of how somebody will be pregnant with twins. So first let's talk about some basic physiology behind implantation and fertilization. So once ovulation occurs, and assuming fertilization was successful, the ova will transform or mature into a zygote, and the zygote will mature into a morula, and the morula will mature into a blastocyst, and the blastocyst will be implanted into the endometrial wall to form a fetus. So in short, ovulation will expel the ova into the fallopian tube, it will be fertilized, then goes as zygote, morula, blastocyst, and implantation. Now twinning can occur in any one of these 5 stages, and we'll look at them one by one. The first scenario is ovulation of 2 separate ova either from the same or different ovaries. And assuming fertilization have occurred successfully for both ova, both of them will be implanted into the endometrial wall separately, and both of them will grow into a separate fetus. This carries the possibility of having female and male newborns at the same time. Keep in mind that these 2 twins that have been born at the same time do not necessarily have the same genes, as they both have originated from separate ovas and separate sperms. And they will be dichorionic and diamniotic, and this means that there will be 2 separate placentae and 2 separate amniotic sacs. The second scenario is after successful fertilization of the ova, it will divide into 2 separate zygotes, and each will mature separately and implant separately. Keep in mind that this will create an identical twins because they both share the same ova and the same sperm. This also will have a dichorionic diamniotic feature, which is 2 placentae and 2 amniotic sacs, because 2 separate processes of implantation have occurred. The second mechanism is in the moriola phase, which is the most common way. So in this scenario, the moriola matures up into 2 different groups of cells within the moriola wall, and each group of cells will mature into different fetus. So once again, they share the same ova and same sperm, so they're going to be an identical twins, but they'll be monochorionic and diamniotic, so 1 placenta and 2 amniotic sacs. Similarly, in the blastocyst phase, the blastocyst will mature into 2 different groups within the blastocyst wall, and each group will mature into a separate fetus. So again, they share the same ova and the same sperm, so identical twins, and they will be monochorionic and monoamniotic, so 1 placenta and 1 amniotic sac. And finally, within the process of implantation and forming a fetus, as the fetus develops, the cells that makes the fetus will divide into 2 cells or 2 groups of cells that will make 2 different fetuses. So this will make a conjoined twins and monochorionic monoamniotic. Alright guys, that's everything I've got. I tried to use simple physiology and simple terminology. Hopefully I made this easier for you, and see you guys later.